Hello, welcome back to Soul Search Sunday with Johnny Tiger. This is Sunday, June 28, 2020. It is early in the evening and the sun has just set not too long ago. A bit of cool wind coming through the window. It has been one of those sunny and yet windy day. Actually, it was quite pleasant out there. I spent a bit of time out there in the sun today, so it was nice. In the previous episode, we talked about the four pillars that make up a meaningful existence. One of those pillars was purpose. What are we here for? What are we here to do? What is the purpose in our life? I think most of us, if not all of us, have asked that one time or another, quite often, multiple times during our lifetime. And those of us who are lucky find the answer. But there are also a lot of us that are unlucky or not clear enough to find that answer on our own. And then, of course, the water is further muddied by other people who try to tell you about your purpose. Some people will tell you you're here to do this, and some people will say you're here to serve God. Some people will tell you you're here to serve Buddha. Some people will tell you you're here to be a productive citizen. Some people will tell you your purpose here is to make the world a better place, and so on and so on. But almost in every one of these incidences, when someone is so generously pointing out your purpose, they do it in hope that it will benefit them or something that they're associated to in one way or another. And that includes our parents. Maybe in the case of Asian children, Asian kids like myself, people who've had Asian upbringing, especially Asian parents. You see, growing up as an Asian child is at the same time very, very rough, but also very simple. It's very rough because a lot of Asian parents have unreasonable expectations towards their kids. The dad is a plumber, the mom is a housemaid, and yet the son has to grow up and become the president of the country. Otherwise, he is not a good son. The daughter has to grow up and become the first lady or the most high power judge of the Supreme Court. Otherwise, she is a failure. And why do they do that? Well, they will tell you, the parents, they will tell you it's for your own good because they've been through poverty and they don't want to see you go through poverty as well. But don't don't let them trick you. In the end, it's about benefiting the family. Your parents would push you, beat you, force you to do things that you don't like to do, and to do them extremely well, to force you to be perfect, because they're hoping that by you reaching that high station in life, you can benefit and be useful to them or to the family. in some ways. Now that is why being an Asian child can be very difficult. At the same time, being an Asian child is very straightforward. Very rarely will you have confusion because from a very early age, your parents tell you what your purpose is. They'll tell you who they would like you to play with, who they don't want you to play with, what they want you to study, what career they want you to go into. They tell you they have your whole life planned out for you. The entire life is presented to you like the script of a play. And if you are a good kid, if you're a good girl or a good boy, then you will follow this script to the T and pretend to be happy while you're following the script. And one of the things that they'll often do for you is tell you what your purpose is. I remember when I was little, my mother would say to me, I only had you as a child. I didn't have any other children because I wanted to give you all my attention. I wanted to give you everything because when you grow up, it is your purpose to take care of me. My father, on the other hand, would say, you must grow up and be successful because it is your purpose to take care of me and your mom. Otherwise, why would we bring you into the world if we didn't want you to grow up and be useful to us? In school, a teacher would teach us your purpose is to be patriotic to your country and to take care of your parents. That's the only purpose you have in this world. Even when I was a teenager, when I had to speak to a family counselor regarding some uh, violent family situations was going on. I'm not going to go too much into that. If you guys are interested in that, just uh, watch the short documentary on the johnnytiger.com website, and you will sort of know what I am referring to. Anyway, when I was a teenager, I went through some violent situations with my family, and some of us were told by the family court to see this counselor. But I remember one time when I was speaking to my counselor, and she was Chinese, and I said to her, I said, why is it that my parents have obligation to me? They can expect things from me, and yet I can't have expectation on them. That's not fair. This supposedly educated woman, this counselor, said to me, she said, because you don't have the right to expect anything from your parents. They brought you into this world, so your purpose is to obey them. Wow. Is that what you learned after getting a master's degree in psychology? Amazing. Simply amazing. So when I was growing up, I had this drilled into my head again and again, and this became a super heavy pressure on a lot of Chinese and other Asian children's shoulders because we believe that our purpose here is to take care of our parents, and if we can't financially provide for them, if we can't be there to change the diapers when they get old, then somehow we failed. We failed as basic human beings. We neglected our purpose in this world. My epiphany came when I was studying biology right before finishing high school. I believe that this was in biology 11 or biology 12, talking about evolution, reproduction, and other parenting in other animals. Suddenly, the light bulb came on in my head. Wait a minute, something really off with what my parents been telling me. Hey, yeah, you guys got it backward. If nothing else, I am the important one because I am the next step. I am the tomorrow. I am the future of this planet. I am the next generation. If anything, their sole purpose on this world was to bring me into this world. Their only real purpose, dictated by nature and evolution, was to produce the next generation, and then afterward making sure that the next generation survive. As the next generation, as the tomorrow, as the future, I have no obligation as far as nature is concerned, as far as evolution is concerned. It is not my purpose to be nice to them or to sacrifice myself to them. I mean, really think about it. How does it make sense for me to sacrifice my happiness for their happiness when they are on their way out and I am only getting started? That does not make sense. You look at any other animal with a very few exceptions. Parents take care of their young, the young move out, and all strings are cut. You don't see a young bird sitting there feeding the old bird and going without food, so the old bird would get food. You don't see a young lion bring the prey home and getting the toothless and decrepit old lion to eat, so the old lion get to eat and the young one can go hungry. You don't see an old turtle eating or benefiting off of young turtles. You don't see, I can go on and on. Maybe a few exceptions out there. I think elephants take care of their elderly, but even then, when an old elephant get old enough that they can no longer take care of themselves, they'll go off on their own and die because they have served their purpose. They brought their young into this world. The young are not grown, are now grown up. So the old is on their way out. They serve their purpose. They do not need to be pampered or taken care of. Now, I understand that some of you, especially the older viewers, are probably grinding your teeth and shaking your head and say, how can you be so cruel? Are you saying that we shouldn't take care of the elderly? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I think it's great. I think we should, because after all, that's what set us above other animals. The one thing that put us above other animals is our ability to go against our programming, our ability to do more than what evolution and nature give us power to do. The ability to reason and judge, and the ability to put our gratitude into action and show our parents, yes, we really appreciated everything you guys do for us. But at the same time,
the time is now 10 p.m.
thank you. But at the same time, I think it's important for us to point out that another thing that put us above other animals is our tendency to manipulate our next generation to benefit ourselves. Thank you for checking out today's Soul Search Sunday. We'll be back again tomorrow for Music Monday. For now, have a good night and stay safe.